Good morning, class 8th. We were reading chapter 5, Combustion and Flame. In this chapter, we have seen about the combustion and the examples of it. We have understood conditions necessary for combustion, in which we have seen combustible and non-combustible substances, presence of supporter of combustion, ignition or kindling temperature. We have understood about types of combustion, flame, a candle flame, fuel, calorific value of fuel, characteristic of a good fuel. Burning of fuels generates harmful products. And now in this class we are going to study about principles of extinguishing fire. So students, open page number 75 in your science book and keep a pencil with you to underline hard words. Now I am going to read. You have already learned that the three conditions necessary for combustion are: first, presence of a fuel, supporter of combustion, and attainment of ignition temperature of that fuel. Theoretical, a fire may be extinguished by, fire can be extinguished if: number 1, removing all the combustible substances from the site of the fire. Where there is possibility of fire, all inflammable materials should be removed. Second, cutting off the supply of supporter of combustion, that is oxygen. So, a fire can occur only where there is oxygen. So, it is important that oxygen is removed. Now, turn this page. Third, bringing down the temperature of the burning substances below their ignition temperature. So, the temperature of the burning substance should be less than its ignition temperature. Fire may be controlled by removing one or more of these conditions, since it is not possible to remove all the combustible substances from the place of fire. Fire extinguishers are based on the principle of either bringing down the temperature below ignition temperature or cutting the supply of oxygen, or both together. So, we can adopt one or all of these three ways to control fire. To control the fire, either the inflammable material should be removed, or the oxygen supply should be stopped, or the given temperature of the combustible substance should be reduced from its ignition temperature. Various types of fire extinguishers are used to put off fire depending upon the nature of fire. Number 1, water as fire extinguisher. You can read classes of fire extinguisher to increase your knowledge. You must have seen fire brigades, spraying water under pressure to extinguish fire. It is the most common fire extinguisher which cools the combustible substance below its ignition temperature. The water vapor also surround the combustible material and cut off the supply of air. Water works well when the fire is caused by combustible of paper or wood. So, you have to underline extinguish, extinguish means quench or blow out, and you have to underline fire brigades. Fire brigade, an organized body of people trained and employed to extinguish fires. So we have seen in this paragraph that you must have seen many times that fire brigades work to extinguish the fire at some place where there is a fire. Fire brigades spray water or water vapor on a fire site with a hose pipe or a water vapor so that the temperature of the fire site is reduced by its ignition temperature and the fire cools down. The water vapor surrounds the combustible substance and stops oxygen supply so that the fire is extinguished. Fire on paper or on wood can also extinguish by water. Now read the next paragraph. Water cannot be used to extinguish fire caused by burning of oil, petroleum, etc. because being heavier than them, it sinks down and the oil keeps burning on top. So, water cannot extinguish a fire that occurs due to petrol or diesel because the weight of water is heavier than them. So, water sinks down and the oil keeps burning on top. Next, water should also not be used to put off fire in electrical equipments and wirings, as water conducts electricity and may cause electrocution to those involved. So here you have to underline equipment. Means appliance or instrument, and you have to underline electrocution. Electrocution means the injury of someone by electric shock. So, water cannot even extinguish fire which is caused by electrical appliances because water is a good conductor of electricity and due to which it can injure those who are involved in these things. Is that clear? Now the next one, carbon dioxide. As fire extinguisher. For fires caused by burning of inflammable liquids like petrol or oil, carbon dioxide is the best fire extinguisher. Carbon dioxide, being heavier than oxygen, covers the combustible substance like a blanket. As the contact between the fuel and oxygen is cut off, the fire is controlled. It is also used to control fire caused by short circuiting, as it does not harm the electrical equipments and does not conduct electricity. So, we have understood that carbon dioxide is a good and best way to extinguish petrol or diesel fires. Carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen. Due to this, it covers the flammable material completely and the contact between the fuel and oxygen is cut off, due to which the fire is extinguished or come under control. In addition, carbon dioxide is an effective solution to extinguish fire of electrical appliances because it does not show electrical conductivity and also does not damage electrical equipment. Is that clear? Now the next paragraph. Carbon dioxide is stored in liquid form at high pressure in cylinders. Okay, you can see the figure 5.16. When released at the site of fire, it comes out in vapor form, expands enormously in volume and cools down. Vapor form expands enormously in volume and cools down. Therefore, it not only cuts off the oxygen supply around the fire but also brings down the temperature. Okay, so carbon dioxide is placed in a large cylinder in liquid form and at high pressure, due to which it spreads in vapor form on the combustible substance, due to which the temperature of combustible substance is reduced from its ignition temperature and the fire extinguishes. Now turn this page. Other sources of carbon dioxide are sodium bicarbonate or potassium bicarbonate, which on heating give off carbon dioxide. So here you can see sodium bicarbonate, after getting heat, sodium bicarbonate breaks down sodium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. And the next, potassium bicarbonate. After getting heat, potassium bicarbonate breaks down potassium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. When dry and powdered form of these chemicals are released in good amount near the fire, they heat up the released carbon dioxide, thereby extinguishing the fire. So, if the dry and powdered form of these chemicals are poured on fire, the fire is extinguished because it is heated or releases carbon dioxide which served to extinguish fire. Is that clear? Now mind scramble is your homework. You have to do definitions and hard words, and you have to write the same hard words that I underlined while explaining this chapter. So thank you class.